Today I'd like to talk about iron play. Now a lot of people ask me, is there a different swing with your driver or with your irons? And I would say no. I feel like it's the same fundamental swing. The difference being that with an iron, you catch the ball slightly on the downswing. With a driver, and the ball's up on the tee, you catch the ball with the club traveling level or slightly on the upswing. Now your average player tries to scoop the ball and help it up in the air. And then you end up getting top shots or balls that go too low. They hit the green, they bounce over the green. The better players are catching the ball on the downswing, almost like they're trapping the ball against the ground. They'll hit the ball first, then they take their divot. Now I want to repeat that. You want to hit the ball first and then the divot. If you hit the divot first and then you hit the ball, we call that duffing it. Now, you don't want to be a duffer in those terms. You want to hit the ball first and then the divot. Now what this does is it imparts backspin on the ball. So backspin helps the ball fly straighter, and when it hits the green, you'll have more hold on it. The ball will tend to settle on the green. Now people ask me, well, how do I know which club to use? Well, you want to feel that irons are for accuracy, so don't try to force your iron shots. Go out and learn how far you hit your different clubs. For example, take a 7-iron, hit a bunch of balls at the driving range. Find out where your average ball lands. That's going to be about your average 7-iron distance you're going to calculate. Let's say most people find about 10 yards difference between clubs. So if your 7-iron was going 150 yards, your 6-iron would go 160, your 8-iron would go 140 yards. Now choose the club you think is going to get you to the green comfortably. Now for the more advanced player, sometimes they find, you know, I have in between clubs. Let's say I have a 145-yard shot. There's a couple ways of going about it. Some people might try to hit an 8-iron a little harder, get a little extra distance out of it. I personally like to choke down a little bit on the 7-iron, maybe about an inch or so. Now that's going to shorten the arc of my swing. Now it's going to give me about 5 yards less distance. So when I go ahead and hit with my normal swing with my 7-iron, because I've choked down on it, I'm going to get a little less distance on the shot. Okay, so let's review. With an iron, playing the ball off the ground, you want to make sure that you're catching the ball on the downswing. So you catch the ball first and then the turf. In order to hit the ball on the downswing, you want to make sure you're transferring your weight over onto your left side. You don't want to be hanging back on your right side trying to scoop the ball up into the air. Remember, irons are for accuracy. Accuracy doesn't mean just how straight you hit it. It means learning to control the distance you hit the ball. Take the time to learn how far you hit the ball with each of your irons. Then you can choose the proper iron correctly when you're out on the golf course.